Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars from 1977. Yeah, this is again similar to Jaws, a big movie that has demanded a lot of respect over the years and it started this absolute massive series. It's a juggernaut in the film industry, Star Wars. There's a lot of weight, if not this movie, this name Star Wars carries the most weight, I think, out of any other movie ever made. And I can't really bring anything new to the table in terms of critiquing the film or talking about it in certain ways. But for me, what I want to talk about is what I personally get out of the film when I watch it. So straight off the bat, yeah, I love this movie. It's probably my favorite movie from the 70s. It's definitely up there for me. It's a very entertaining film. It has an amazing cast of characters. And I just really enjoy this film. Yeah, so sort of getting into what I really do like about the movie. The setting to it is great. It's fantastic. The story is phenomenal for me. Sort of following this farm boy who's wants to sort of find his place and sort of help in taking down this evil entity known as the Empire. And I'm absolutely on board. My seatbelt is buckled in to go on this adventure when I watch it. It has, like I said, a fantastic plethora of characters. There's always, even if there's someone in this movie that you don't like, there's someone that you inevitably will like. The characters are phenomenal. Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, R2-D2, C-3PO, Chewbacca, and Darth Vader. Yeah, there's characters in this that can't even, they don't speak English. They're mute, and you absolutely adore them nonetheless. The movie as well, it blends so well for me talent from England and America. You've got heavyweights, British heavyweights like Alec Guinness and Peter Cushing in this movie, and then you've got sort of like young up and coming fresh actors at the time like Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and yeah, you've got as well Darth Vader, the villain of this movie, who is voiced by James L. Jones, played by David Prowse, but James L. Jones just has this commanding voice about him. It just sends shivers down your spine. It fits that image of Darth Vader so well, that voice. But yeah, it's just a brilliant movie. It's Star Wars. It's got some pioneering special effects. Fully enough, the version of the movie that I grew up with was actually seeing it for the first time, the 97 special edition. They were the ones that I grew up with, that original trilogy before the prequel came up, the first prequel came out. And I used to watch those versions of these movies over and over again. I was not on board with the original cuts, those VHSs, because I'd completely missed the boat in it. And funnily enough, at that age, I didn't really have any interest in Star Wars at all. It wasn't until I was about 6 or 7 that my interest in Star Wars really sort of peaked. And I had those VHSs, I played them to death. And yeah, it was one of my favorite trilogies. The three act structure to that trilogy was what I enjoyed watching, and I just absolutely loved it. I'm talking about my favorite scene from the movie without going into it. My favorite scene from the movie is, it's a small scene, but I absolutely love it. It's one of these quiet moments as well. It's just Luke Skywalker talking to Obi-Wan Kenobi about his father and trying to find out a little bit more about him. And Alec Guinness kills it in this scene. It's just him looking back over his memory with someone he used to know, Anakin Skywalker, who was Luke's father. And you can just see, like, if there's a lot of memories coming back to him, that he has this smile about him and he's enjoying thinking about it. But when he tells Luke about his father and what happened to him, you can tell immediately that there may not be 100% truth to what he's saying. And looking back on the movie, knowing what we know now, Alec Guinness just translates that so well. it's absolutely a phenomenal piece of acting from a true great legend. And yeah, it's my favorite scene of the movie. It's one of the most entertaining movies as well. I just absolutely, yeah, just think it's fantastic. It's perfectly paced. The John Williams score is phenomenal to listen to, particularly that piece of music when Luke's looking over the sunsets. And yeah, it's just got some of these great moments in it. The whole Luke coming back to Tatooine to find his aunt and uncle. Won't say any more about that because I don't want to spoil it if you've not seen it. But yeah, it's just such a so well done movie, and you can definitely tell it's got its problems in terms of, you know, something that George Lucas wanted to sort of, he didn't really was able to execute it the way he wanted to, and subsequently went on to do what he did to this movie, with a lot of fans weren't happy with. But yeah, I really, really like the film. I can't really stress that enough. I'm sounding like a broken record repeating myself, but this is what this movie provides me. It provides me with a great adventure, with a great plethora of characters that you root for and want to see. You want to see more of. The movie works so well as a self-contained movie as well. I don't really think you need to see the sequels if you aren't interested. It could be a one-time done thing for you. The movie works well, great with that merit on its own. But yeah, for me, this is the start of a perfect trilogy, and it's just a huge testament to this movie. I can't really praise it enough for that. And yeah, so nowadays the version of the movie that I watch is the despecialized version, because there's no real way of sort of getting your hands on a copy of the original cut of the movie. So this for me is the despecialized version that I watch every time I want to watch this movie or a version of this film. Yeah, it's just the closest I think that we'll get to that original cut. Unfortunately, because like I said, there's just no way of getting your hands on it. And yeah, it's the sort of the first version of it that I really, really want to go back to and see and enjoy when I watch this film. It, similar to Jaws, it's one of these movies that I forget how good it is when I sit down and watch it. And I just have a blast from start to finish. I think it's a phenomenal film. It's so well paced. The movie looks gorgeous. The set designs, the set pieces, like I said, the characters in this movie are so colourful. The whole issue as well about the movie with the toy sales is just a huge fascinating story in and of itself. The way the toy company Kenner bought the rights to Star Wars, and they just were so unprepared for the movie's popularity and failing to meet demand and supply with action figures. And it's a fascinating story in and of itself. But yeah, it's one of these movies as well that I remember first collecting figures for when I was growing up, and liking at those Power of the Force figures from Kenner were you know, a thing of beauty to me growing up, and I still have them to this day. And I have massive, yeah, of course I'm going to have massive nostalgia for this film. Who isn't? But yeah, it's that is what I get out of this film. It just provides me with so much joy, and I think it just still holds up to this day. And I just think it's a fantastic film. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Star Wars from 1977, guys. I just have a blast with this movie. So yeah, gonna leave the video there, guys, and say thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.